What's up, guys? I'm here with
Alex Lee.
What'd you do this weekend?
I got 35th at the NAWCQ playing Branded ROLAND.
Branded what now?
Branded ROLAND. So here's the deck list. Played the 2 rituals. They were pretty good. 3 Griffo, have to play these for a starter. Also acts as a hand trap, really good. Black Chaos, Unaffected Towers, really strong, non-target banish, also a starter, really good. We did 2 Skull Archfiend of Chaos, very good recursion for the deck. Also can just mess up other opponents' graveyard effects and things like that. Baits a lot of things out too. I was on 2 Celtic Mystic. I could have cut it down to maybe 1, but it did help bridge into Chaos Angel and things like that. Drawing 3, discarding 2 of the bricks did come up quite a bit. The branded cards, the 2 Fallen and the 2 white Albaz and the 1 black one. These are really good. I didn't see them half of the time, but when I did come up, they were really, really strong. Just to search for, with the 3 champions searching for Farah, or searching for the Pharaonic Advent, which will be in the side. The 1 Ecclesia, of course. I thought about playing the Cartesia to make this into the Dark Dragon to make just bigger, more ceiling on the deck. Opted not to though. The 1 Soul Resonator. This will be the Crimson King Bridge. Normal summon this into the Ritual and Light Darkness cards. The hand traps.
How many times did Soul Resonator come up?
It actually came up a few times. There are some weird games where I just didn't have a starter and I had to go into this line. Fortunately enough, when I got this far, it did resolve, so feels good sometimes. Good hand trap today, super strong. Mind Shuffle, bouncing this back into hand, reusing it on the follow-up. If you use the Archfiend to shuffle back a lot of the synchros, you can actually reuse this to pop a lot, and it did come up quite a bit. Fualos. Also, this sending Lulu Wallith was another line in some of the hands I did brick. Fualos, really good card. You can pitch it off Celtic Mystic or some weird instances if you have to. I'm going to show a Super Poly, but Branded High Spirits also can dump this to dump Rinbrum. Ash Blossom, have to play it against people main decking Perulia. Also, just really good generic hand trap. The 2 ritual spells. I thought about playing 1 ritual spell, 1 Mind Shuffle, but I am a little wussy, so I did play the 2. The 3 Ragged, really good search card. It just grabs you anything in the archetype. Really good Branded High Spirits. This can also send Farah and just about any card in the deck to just get bridge into the white Albaz. 2 Super Poly. This came up a little bit. I did play quite a few Cool Tune. I wasn't playing the boat. So this one was kind of dead sometimes. It did come up. The games that did come up, it was really good. 2 F and V. I'm on a 42 card list, so I did cut down 1 Super Poly and 1 of the Fallens, but theoretically the Dark Magician, Black Chaos Ritual can just add back a lot of these cards, so if I have to like dump any of these, I can just add it back and reuse again. It's not really a big deal. Called by, not once per turn. If you use it, to block a hand trap, and then you just Black Ritual add, Black Chaos add back. It's pretty sick. And then the 2 Giga Bricks. Just like the Ritual spell, had to play 2 because I'm a wussy, but I did see this double Mind Shuffle at least 5, maybe 6 times in my 15 rounds today, so that was unfortunate. Those games were definitely winnable, but sometimes this happens. It is what it is. So that was the main deck. Extra deck, some cool fun tokens. Basically the targets for Drawless. This came up a lot. Obviously, you dump, you gotta bounce. Packbit. This was a choice between this or maybe another Super Poly target. It was either this or the boat. I decided Packbit. Sometimes you. For Drawless, send this, pitch the Skull Archfiend in hand was very strong. Then you have just a lot going on your turn when your opponent goes first. I held a lot of cards hostage with this effect. I won a game because I hit my opponent's Cool Tune B2B. that actually won me the game there. So that, this came up quite a bit. It was very strong. This is the bridge for the Albaz cards into the Ritual and Light. This was one of my other, it's a really good board breaker card. If you already have the engine going, you just add either Farah. You just add Farah. It's just really strong. This just shuffle back. I didn't really make this at all, but I just dumping this, shuffle back, opponent's cards, very strong. I made this quite a bit, a lot these past 2 days. Just non-target, just banish and just unaffected. A lot of decks sometimes have struggled to find an out. It's like F and V is like their only out to this half the time. You could just sit on this. It was very strong. So Celtic Mystic and then Skull Archfiend just brings this out. You can make one extra deck summon and it's usually this. Lulu Walleth. This is for Branded High Spirit's target, also Fedrala's target, just to get me a spellcaster on the board. Depends, sometimes it would be the Ecclesia. If I already have a lot going on, sometimes I'll send this to get the Farah into rotation, so then I mind shuffle back the Farah, and then I just use it on my opponent's turn or whatever. If they try to interact with me, mind shuffle bounce, very strong. So those were all the synchros. Fusions, you gotta play the Albion. You have to play the Dogma. You do play the Albaz, so you can maybe fuse into this sometimes. It never came up a single time, but it theoretically can. Rinbrum is a Fallen Virtuous target, Fallen Virtuous or High Spirits target sending Fuelos. An extra interruption by special summoning your Albaz, summon the Ecclesia for the Albaz fuse. Or if your opponent can't beat you or kill you on that crackback, you just reborn your 2 monsters back on the end phase, and then you just continue going from there on your turn. Mirror Jade, I maybe summon this like once, but you got to play it for the Albaz, and sometimes in the Branded Mirror or any other branded Roland Mirror, super poly in with their cards to make the Mirror Jade. Like I said, only summoned it once, unfortunately. Gulamel, you have to play this for the Branded High Spirits target. You can send Farah, which is very strong. So then you basically get a 2-for-1. You get the add for the Fallen in White plus the Farah Steel, very strong.
Did you ever use its effect to summon?
Unfortunately, no. I never got to that. It's just kept using it as fodder for Branded High Spirits. Queritus, never summoned this off of that, but you have to play it as the Fiend target for Branded High Spirits if you have the Archfiend. Sometimes if you have an extra Griffo for whatever reason, you can pitch that as well. Grura and Mixosia were my 2 super poly targets I decided to play. This came up a little bit more than this one. This one actually never came up a whole lot, but theoretically this comes up when you have the Fallen package going. You super poly, maybe Elf No players, spellcaster, non-spellcaster, and then this banishes with the Fallen of Albaz, and you can go into like a Mirror Jade for extra interruption. So theoretically this was good. I actually maybe summoned this maybe once, maybe not even at all. But this definitely came up. There were some grind games where I actually had to crash this in to draw a card to see playable, which was kind of unfortunate. But those are all the extra deck. The side deck, we were playing the 2 Perulias. There's just a lot of decks that summon from the hand, so mirror matches, things like that. Never saw this too much. When I did, this was the only chummy I saw, and then maybe they gave me 1, if any, draws. I actually mostly lost when I saw this, to be honest. I was on triple Lava Golem. A lot of the unaffected tower cards are pretty spooky. I saw this a couple times post side, but it only won me 1 game against the Elf Note, or it's like Art Mage, the Morphage, the combo deck.
Oh, the Power Patron FTK deck?
Yeah, so Quartet, I had Super Poly in this. He had Quartet summon back I think it was Goliath, and the Art Mage Fusion. So, because he had the Counter Trap set, and then he had, I think it's Leechery down there for the lock. It was a little spooky, but I just gave him this, and he pretty much didn't have any interruption, and then we managed to pretty much crack the board. And then he didn't have much on the follow-up, and he just ended up scooping. We were on 2 Ghost Ogre, mostly for the mirror match. Also could hit like some of the continuous, the face-up cards for Elf Note, things like that. I didn't see it too much, but theoretically this is one of the better hand traps as well. The funny cards, we'll go to the spells first.
Yeah, you gotta do the spells, come on.
Pot of Sloth. Now this card theoretically is really good. Helps me unbrick. Unfortunately, it just never resolves. My opponent just has the answer for it. Never saw it. In theory, it just shuffles back extra mind shuffles and just fixes my hand. But like I said, they just have the Ash or just the Out Purge. It just never resolved. But theoretically, this is really good. The funny cards, Pharaonic Advent. This is searchable. This is searchable off of these 3 champions. It's a spellcaster with level 8 with same stats. So what you do is you just tribute the champion Sword Soul. You have to tribute a fiend. What is it? Fiend Fairy or Reptile. So the fiend you're tributing is the Skull Archfiend. You shuffle some cards back, you special summon it, and then you just tribute. And then the 2 counter traps I'm either searching were either Discord or Anti-Spell Fragrance. Every time I got to see this card, I was beating every Elf Note or Cool Tune player. So this won me several games. I even hard drew it 1 game and he just scooped. He just couldn't out this. So I won maybe four games with this one. And then for all the other matchups, I would just search for this. I only got to search it once and it did win me the game. And then the last 2 spots, I didn't know what to play, so I played Solemn Accusation. The one time I did see it, I was in a losing position. I kind of bricked, so it didn't really come up. But theoretically, these could be something else. I think this coverage is just way too strong. I didn't really need these because the Black Chaos Ritual just protects spell traps anyway. So even if they try to go for the F and V on like activation of one of these, the Ritual Monster will just protect them anyway. So they have to just target the Ritual Monster, and then these will just resolve anyway. And mostly the engines can't out these most of the time, especially if I have the BLS, because I'll have the Advent on the field, so I at least have a secondary target to bounce for Blackluster when I search it off of the Mind Shuffle on my opponent's turn.
Wow. So, well, thank you so much for the deck profile, man. Congrats.
All right, thank you.